Yo, what's up, guys? Ignore that. Now, it's your boy, kind of alone here, and as you can see from the screen, we got companies. Now, you're most likely asking, Conrad, what's going on? I forgot to say good mornings again. Gosh darn it, that's a big problem here. But anyway, okay, let me break it down for you guys. As you all should be aware of, the Pokemon Company is apparently saying they're going to hold off on sending review copies now due to the leaks, which, in all honesty, doesn't shock me. We got huge a huge cyclone of leaks came out, and Game Freak, Nintendo, the Pokemon Company, they've been shutting that shit down like crazy. Because frankly, this is stuff that should not have come out in general. And frankly, they most likely don't want any more to come out, more info that has already come out. Because frankly, the only thing that came out was the Pokemon and the Dex. That's it. They don't want any more leak than there's already is. Yes, Twitch, it wouldn't shock me. In fact, I wouldn't even be shocked in general. But please keep note that, said properly, they're not doing this because the game is bad. There are people who will still say it's because the game is bad, because frankly, people don't read. Trust me. Both sides of the argument can't read. I know I just used an ad hominem and I'm sorry. But please keep note. And I want to actually just state this. Because this these companies are probably one of the possible futures we're gonna go into if Game Freak decides to quit Pokemon forever. And you're most likely thinking, Conrad, come on, you're joking, right? Now, although this is a rumor, it's still, to me, it wouldn't shock me, in all honesty. But the way this fandom's been going, this is possibly God punishing us. Wouldn't shock me. It wouldn't shock me if one of these companies got Pokemon. And most of the time, well, Conrad, there's a lot of good ones here. It's in here. You're not wrong. There are. But this is what scares me. It's like, Conrad, it's a Western company. There's no way. We need to accept any and all possibilities, even the ones we think are insane. But that's all I want to talk about. I want that to simmer in your heads for a bit. Because what I want to go on to is this. And most I think, Conrad, I thought you weren't gonna. No, don't worry. It ain't about that. I want to just talk about this. This video, in all honesty, is basically a funeral video. I didn't know critics could make funeral videos. It's quite shocking. And I left a comment literally saying, oh, in fact, this is in the top comment right here. You all do know we're going to see those Pokemon later games, right? People literally, the people who commented in that video commented, and I don't want to actually spread any stupidity, so I'm not going to actually do that. The people who saw the video saw that comment, basically said, oh my gosh, it's still a horrible thing because they cut them out. To which, so what? What, you guys are acting as if they're all dead, like they're never coming back. Back. And then another comment said, can you prove that? To which, in my, to me, is like, are you serious? You had to be kidding me. The literal video itself speaks for it. Actions do speak louder than words. You saying, can you prove that? The video's existence proves it. Along with all of you liking it, commenting, saying, oh, mourn, oh, I reap, oh, RIP. You guys do get the fact of logic, right? Oh no, wait, no, wait. This is the Zacians. They like to act like they're higher intelligence, they're smarter than the Zamazentas, but in reality, they're just as stupid. Remember that. In the universal law of stupidity, both sides are full of idiots. It's never, ever just one person. Never just one side. It's both. Trust me. But that someone said, "Oh, well, we're well, oh," and then frankly later on, as I said, both sides are people, and you barely try to understand the other side. It's not, oh yeah, well they're the ones who start using ad hominems, and I'm like, so does the other side. You basically mock their intelligence. What makes you think they're gonna listen? Listen. To which, frankly, remember, in this story, he has a literal asterisk saying reading is hard. And also, keep in note that, to which I'm going to actually show you guys. Since the Zazians like to say that they are somehow more rational and understanding, then please keep note. I want to actually go over this. Also, I made my day is room because of this information video, because the info I got from that was quite shocking. But please keep note. Yeah, I'm going into over my Pokemon community decides to not act mature because in the actual descriptions I was able to actually get the actual Twitter thread itself, which to me was a godsend. Since this is a Twitter video, let's just use that. Paste and go. Excuse me, I'm gonna have to go find another older video, to actually use. So that's 18744. 18744. Now you're most likely thinking, Connor, what are you doing? Just hold on. There. Now, please keep in mind, I tried to actually find, before recording, I actually tried to find the development cycle of Pokemon Coliseum, because I wanted to know how long that game was developed, so that way I could actually go into to how, frankly, comparing Pokemon Coliseum and Pokemon XD kind of doesn't work because this game had more development time. Meanwhile, what, excuse me, from what I've heard, Game Freak had probably only 3 years for Sword and Shield, to which is extremely messed up. Even with the fact that they were desperate trying to find people to work there, they're saying that they were hiring. I mean, the sad part is with the Japanese industry when it comes to hiring game developers and game designers, is that all that works, it becomes extremely difficult. Oh, there's possibly multiple articles. I can't really find them for you guys, but please keep in mind. Now, ignore the stupidity. I generally just don't really give a damn. Rather, I stopped caring after a long worst take. Like, Twitter. Oh no, they're far worse. This is just incredibly stupid. Uh, Please keep note that as we go through this, is I want you guys to read whatever this dude says, and remember, if he ever comes in with an ad hominem, then this entire tweet is dead. I want to keep this in mind because if you play her JRPGs, glad to see that you just assumed I don't. It's not that bad because we don't even know what the game is designed around this. You're just assuming it will be the same as it always is. Options have nothing to do with balance. Okay, I want to actually go over this. Technically, in all honesty, and what I'm going to say here, the EXP share system doesn't really horrifically damage player choice. Especially with the new information that you can literally open your box nearly anywhere in the entire game except for gyms. So please keep note that you have free range to use one Pokemon. Remember that whole using boxing, using only one Pokemon method that people brought up? It's not viable. It's actually a viable option to those who want to get upset over it. To which people just say, to which I bet these people will still say, oh, I still want me EXP share to be turned off, which is shocking. Shocking. Remember, they like to act, they say that they're somehow the smarter side of the community. And I understand that for those who are not going to buy Pokemon Sword and Shield, but remember, I don't give a damn. I genuinely don't care. I just want to point out the hypocrisy within these people specifically because I genuinely don't like either side. I do not like the critics because you want to know why? Why they are annoying. They act like they're somehow smarter than everybody else. They mock the other side constantly. Then say, oh, the other side just uses ad hominems. Why should we act like you're respectful? Really? You people act like you're somehow better than this side. You are literally an echo chamber just like them. I hate, and frankly, the defenders, aka the Zamazentas. By gosh, admit that criticism is necessary. Don't blindly praise the games, please. Pokemon Sword and Shield, yes, it isn't gonna be the Switch game we all wanted, because guess what? It's the first mainline series game in the console. You all had your expectations to stupid land levels of crazy, see, for some inane reason. Now, if it's the 10th or 11th or 12th, then yes, your anger is warranted. Extremely warranted. This is the first. And it wouldn't shock me if Game Freak decides, you know what, let's not make another Pokemon game. Let's let the spin-off, let's make nothing but spin-offs, because I'm not gonna, because we don't want to touch a mainline series if this is the shit we're gonna get. We love love the players, we love them, but I didn't think that if we didn't think that, oh, this is the type of stuff we're getting. Now, so you're telling me that even if if they balance the game around this feature to your exact hypocritical standards, you'll still be upset because it's mandatory. Remember the universal law of giving an inch and taking a mile. Remember, whenever you give someone even an inch of what they want, they still want more. Trust me, it happens. This is the remember, we're talking about humanity here. We literally breathe this we literally always take miles rather than inches. Options have nothing to do with balance. And remember, he did not mock him or insult him at that point. It has nothing to do with balance. It doesn't matter how balanced. Once balanced, the option to play the way you want should be there. He doesn't get this point. But you always you know when I never realized that my player I was actually given free choice about whatever gen I wanted. No, no, wait. I'm always forced to go in a straight line, go through routes to battle all these other trainers. Then about that specific gym. Huh. I mean, I'm given free rights to choose catch whatever Pokemon I want to catch in in the areas to actually spend time trying to find find a rare one, pick, buy whatever Pokeball, buy whatever potion, medical, whatever, or choose what Pokemon I want to actually choose to battle first, and strategize on my own. If anything, if those things were taken away from me, that is a bigger example of loss of player choice than the fact I can't turn a stupid EXP share on or off. This is the thing. That what I just said said if that was all loss, that is 10 times worse than the EXP share, if not 100 times worse. You want to know why? Because that's literally taking away my freedom in general. My freedom to actually choose and to process and think on my own. EXP share for all being on? Oh no, that's literally bad because it literally makes the game brain-numbingly easy. Really. Funny. I had EXP share you're on for Sun and Moon, and I didn't even have that easy of a time breezing through the whole game. I didn't beat all the enemies with just my starter because, in my own mental terminology, I refuse to just throw my starter Pokemon at the enemy. I despise that. It's a sickening mentality. If a game can be balanced properly on the removal of an archaic design choice, then I don't see why it's so bad. Options would be nice, I agree, but it doesn't. But it's not the biggest deal because they cut down on grinding. I don't see why you're acting like it's fact when it's not. I would agree with you until you realize that Sword and Shield have no difficulty options. Hard mode has just been removed from the game. It's a big deal. Don't not to you. Good for you. It's a big deal to other players. A small amount of players. Okay. Please keep no. I want to say this. Hard mode can still be achieved if you actually try. Remember, I think it was in the EXP share video. I actually gave examples on what you could do to make the game harder for yourself. But since, remember, Zacians are lazy, just like how Zamazentas are lazy. This person, so far, has not called him a retarded or a dumbass or someone who should tell him to lead the community. Remember, the moment someone says lead the community, you're immediately a bad person in my eyes. Remember that. Remember that. Remember that. I genuinely don't like those who say it. But you don't even know how difficult the game is going to be, whether the game is going to be bounced around this, so not, and you don't care because options have nothing to do with it. Okay, the game is perfectly balanced with UX. Awesome. Now I want to make the game harder by disabling. Oh wait, I can't turn off. This guy says he's somehow the smart guy in the group, but I don't see it. If anything, I just see someone being an idiot on Twitter. Which wouldn't shock me, because everyone's an idiot on Twitter. But here is the ultimate crux point of where this all ends. At this point, I feel like we're never going to agree, and that's perfectly fine. There. That first sentence is all he needs to say to prove that, frankly, in all honesty, in my eyes, he's won the argument. Because he did not try to continue fighting, but rather understood that the man is sore on his beliefs and decided to end it there. And said this. He just wanted to make this last final point. Now, as you can see, Distant Kingdom did not decide to act mature and say, I agree to disagree as well. But just keep in mind what I say. But, again, the people who blindly follow him, or rather, the people who like to say, who just continue following him. Oh, then we have another. I don't see the problem. People really don't. There are people who are like me who just don't get it. I don't see it. They say he says it's choice, but really, it's not. It's more of like a system optional choice. It doesn't really impede or damage anything. In all honesty, probably too much XP because you can't turn it off. But understand that. But what new options does turn it off give you? If it doesn't, the choice doesn't add anything to the experience. Then no wonder it's gone. If you're able to give me an upside to that makes you share, it lets you play how you want. I get to play my preferred way. I just want you. I just want you to explain why you prefer for playing that way. Because it's more challenging, makes the game more fun. Really? I mean, Pokemon games are always easy to a fault in all honesty. See, and the only reason you can make it difficult is if you actually try to make your team somewhat under level, to actually increasing the difficulty in fights. I mean, in Pokemon fan games like Revolution and Reborn, when the difficulty is literally increased to actually give you the incentive to work hard and train your Pokemon even further, and actually make you strategize 10 times more. more, along with a good story. So, although they do have easy modes, so that way you can actually deal with it. I see the time you're putting into screen, and I really appreciate that. If you ask me, if the game's for you to use a feature, then they could still make it so you can perform. Now, here's the thing: the idealism of choice is something this person does not does not get because, frankly, he's not eloquating it enough. Seriously, man cannot write. The man's bad at writing. There we go. That's it. You also asking Connor, how is he bad for writing? Because he couldn't even give the basis of the in the Hong Kong tweet, to which that he should just delete at this point. Dear God, it'd be easier for everyone if he did. He should have gone under the basis of the belief and ideals was a protest within itself. So that is what he should have said and be done with it. It's on the basis and ideals of protest. But he does not delete it. He does not, rather than just using Hong Kong and equating it there, which somehow to him will sound like a smart move. And those who didn't understand it are just people who can't read for Snap. No, it isn't because they can't read for Snap, it's because you didn't eloquate enough. You didn't be specific. A big problem with the man is he's not specific. He's specific in his videos, but somehow in his tweets, no specificness. Specific. No. Dear God, I'm taking a speech class. At least when I say stuff, although it's rambled, rather than rants and craziness, and very, very messed up stuff, you guys somewhat get what craziness I'm trying to say. I don't know if that shows that you guys are extremely attentive, or if I'm somehow just ineptly good. To which I'm very much on the first. Yeah, the sad part is he wants it optional. Yeah. Okay. We went through 2 tweets that I found the people being rational, logical, and trying to actually get a discussion. We see one side just stoutward in their beliefs, because frankly, no side can actually be logical, in all honesty. And our room still smells like an apple, smells like a smoking house that was literally set on fire. My gosh. To me, which means it smells horribly bad. Great. But let's go over this fact. 1. Game Freak is experiencing burnout. 2. The Pokemon community has been experiencing burnout. 3. 3. The, 3. The Pokemon fandom community decides to not admit that burnout is even happening. And we have this huge split to where both sides are being clinically inept, to the point that it basically makes me want to slap both sides with my backhand as if I'm their boss, and tell them to actually get their heads on straight. Seriously, these are adults whining on the internet about a children's game. And a children's game we all love to our very hearts, but by glob, this literally makes me want to bash my head into a wall 24 times, hoping I get amnesia. Seriously, please keep note. Remember that whole little thing about saying. In fact, you know what? I want to actually go back to that video. No. There we go. We're gonna go back to that video. I want to actually play it. Yes, leave. I'm not changing anything. Just come on. No, just trust me here. Because I honestly want to go over this. Also, so in this video, I just couldn't find a Tweety used for that video. He only just gave what he gave in one of the big archives. I just couldn't find it. It was so annoying. So I don't know if it's true or not. So anyway, I want to actually go over this. I honestly want to. Just let me have this.
Are you sure? Yes. Can we turn off experience? Not bad. Removing options from players is the main issue behind being unable to disable experience. Isn't the way I play it. The main excuse I see is the concept of grinding, which 5 hours grinding my heart gold soul silver post. The way I see it, it removes a bunch of grinding. What these guys are actually saying is,
Experience share should be mandatory because I don't like grinding.
And he's mocking these people because frankly he can't just be respectful. Classic to know the man can honestly be that oh so wise person. Especially when he just calls them apologists because he can't and not call them apologists because frankly you can't show respect to the other side. Just like how they won't give respect to you because you're just as much as a jerk to them as they are to you, creating a never-ending cycle of hatred. Universally, once again I say, both sides are stupid. If neither one can be nice to each other, then both sides shouldn't exist in the first place.
Therefore, you shouldn't even be allowed the privilege to grind of your own volition because I
the game in the first place. People have grown complacent and lazy and literally want the game to play itself. There's nothing
Because people are okay with EXP shit for, oh my god. How I never knew that if I find that stupid.
wrong
That
with
one statement is
providing the
stupid along with
player
the
the
title of this
options to
video.
play the way they want to play. The fanbase is so desperate to defend both Sword and Shield and Game Freak against all odds.
No, I just think they just want everybody to just agree to disagree, and they just don't care. People who say they're gonna buy the game but aren't on the defender side, they're all immediately labeled as defenders or apologists or Zamazentas. Does that seem right? No, because they're just people gonna buy the flipping game. They don't Here, care. And those who don't buy the game, they're just gonna be labeled as bring back Nashville Dexters or people who are against Sword and Shield when literally they just don't feel like buying the game. If these groups of people don't feel like doing the thing that you want them to do, then what does that say about you? You guys are people trying to force them to do what you want them to do, which isn't a good thing.
That the removal of player options is considered a feature. Yes, you heard that correctly.
Okay, I want to actually go through it now because he may have actually posted a tweet. He still hasn't posted the tweet. Why? He literally. Okay, here's the thing. He actually did comment on my critique video on him, and said he wanted to post the source. But the dude still hasn't posted it. What the hell? This makes it annoying to actually find. I actually tried to find this thing. I couldn't find it for my life. Life in the dude's Twitter feed. This Needle 17. I couldn't find it. I honestly couldn't find it. Remember, tweets are easy to fake, so I don't want to believe that this is some he faked it. But if I can't find the thing, and trust me, I tried. I hate using Twitter in general. I hate going to Twitter. I despise Twitter a lot. So it forced me to go there constantly. Trust me, I hate it. But I couldn't find it.
The removal of options is the same thing. This is a fair argument, but with unfair comparisons. Persona 5 and Dragon Quest XI, two of the main comparisons.
Yeah, okay, let's one on Dragon Quest and Persona 5 shouldn't be trying to compare to Pokemon because they both have variously different mechanics that factor into everything. So I'm just gonna avoid that because I don't feel like actually going over it.
Because those games actually have variable difficulties, where the experience share is required to progress. Experience share has never been required to progress in Pokemon at all, and
What?
in fact, the only way to attain any semblance of difficulty is by turning experience share off entirely.
No, it isn't. In all honesty, it really isn't. You can still have EXP share on, Sean, and find some way to make the game difficult for yourself. Trust me, if you actually put the time and effort in, you could really find it possible.
The only solution people could come up with was literally
The solution that is now 100% viable, folks, just put all 5 of your other Pokemon in the box and just train with that one Pokemon. Remember, in that latest Pokemon items and features trailer, remember that small little guy? Oh. Wasn't it something about the box and connections? It was so difficult to remember. I swear I remember it. It was something so vivid. It was something important, like handy. Oh man, it was. Oh wait, Bum bum ba-dum 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 ba-dum. So yeah, this is actually viable, guys. This is 100% viable now. Isn't that hilarious? Now, yeah, along with the fact that the video was to me was borderline garbage, which in my honest opinion, I just don't like the video, in general. I don't like the title of it. I don't like what it's giving off. And please keep in mind that people are very stupid and they'll take whatever you say if you're popular enough as fact. Along with this man's Twitter feed, be Twitter, I've actually been able to find two people actually trying to be respectable and reasonable. So, and even though I was called, in my own comment section of my YouTube channel, I was being called hypocrite. I was actually someone actually used hypocritical on me. So frankly, if I can't see that as I don't see it as an ad hominem. Although I was gonna do something stupid, but I was able to call myself back. Please keep that in note. This is not proven to be a viable option. And now, frankly, I don't even know what the title of this video is because I went on random place to random place to random place because I just wanted to rant. But in all honesty, I want to just say something right here to the Zacians. In all honesty, you can't win. To the critics who say, "Oh, I can criticize Sword and Shield," you kinda can't. I mean, yeah, you could go based off of videos, but frankly, that doesn't work. Doesn't feel as good as having actual hands-on experience. And so, frankly, your points are kind of muddled and less valid. In all honesty, I just, in all honesty, in the past I've shown that people have actually tried to give some reasonable, fair, not logical defenses, saying, "Hey, what about you could try and do this and that," and people still literally just repeating what Distant Kingdom saying that Nuzlocks are dead because of there's the EXP share for all can't be turned off, and in his own comment section of my video said, "Well, obviously it's a horrible thing because a section of people," to which I want to rebuttal and say, no. Because if you yourself as a player there, if you can't make the best out of a bad situation in a game and utilize it to your fullest to actually overcome this, then you yourself are just as lazy and archaic. Please keep note. He says it's player choice. It impedes player choice, but it only impedes up a section of people's player choice. Now I understand that's still just as bad, but it's not as bad if it affected all. I know what I just sound like me being a humongous asshole, but really think about it. He's mad because his player choice was affected. That what he wants to play was affected. But here's the thing. Would he feel the exact same if the exact opposite was to happen? If EXP share was permanently off, you can't turn it on in general. Would he feel like defending the fact that there are people who should be allowed to play EXP share for all? Or would he just say that's a good feature? Remember, regardless of whether EXP share is on or off, it doesn't make increase the difficulty or lower the difficulty. Trust me, if you put enough time and grind enough time into it and actually strategize through the game, you actually get a normal or easy difficulty. You either have to be a very bad at something bad if you think that somehow EXP share being off is a difficulty mode. It isn't. Trust me, it isn't, in all honesty. Oh wow, I hatched an egg Pokemon from an egg, but it's really low level compared to my LL team, and I'm very close to just battling throughout the league. Oh man, if only there was some way I could level up on my Pokemon. This little guy, really powerful. Oh, I know. I will just send him on the front and then call him back and send on my powerhouses. Simple. That's basically an EXP share system that doesn't even have EXP share on. And it's something I've used a lot, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people have too, because by Jove, it's the easiest option. Rather, the easiest way to do it. But, oh no, player choice. Uh, I mean, really? I don't see how it damages player choice, or I don't see how it actually make the games harder, because it never does. The Ultra and Necrozma fight is still crazy difficult. Whether you have EXP share on or off, does this fight somehow make your make Necrozma level even higher? No, it just stays the same. Does it somehow make any of the Elite Four or champions teams levels even higher? No, they're still the same. Until you beat them and then you go back to battle them again, their levels are slightly higher, but they're still the same. You see what I'm getting at here? In all honesty, the feature that he's saying makes the game harder, saying that must be turned off because it makes the game harder, doesn't make the game harder, it just makes it more grindy. That's the thing. And I know I just went on a huge rant and tamble, and you guys are like, Connor, what the hell is this video at this point? It's to just destroy this whole EXP share thing. And also, I just wanted to clown on this side. I would like to clown defenders, but they already clown. There's too much there's too much. I can't do it. It's too easy. I feel bad if I did it. In all honesty, see, I genuinely would feel like a bad person if I did it. That's the honest spin because I feel so bad for them. They're just way too passionate fans. I just don't want it to. Trust me, I don't want crazy people. That's the honest part. I just don't want to attack the crazies. But this is literally the point. Point. If it doesn't increase the levels of the enemies that we're battling, and it just means, oh, I got to spend more time grinding or strategizing. To which, if you're not even spending that much time strategizing, wow, you're really, really showing how you are as a trainer. In all honesty, as a trainer, you need to utilize everything to your fullest. List all of your Pokemon. You always have to strategize to the max. That is something that I've ingrained in my head, especially when I play Rejuvenation Zone 1. By gosh, those games force you to do that. Trust me, I've done it a lot, enough to the point where my brain can get it. Get it. I don't like to go the easy route and everything. Now, yes, EXP share does mitigate and make it less of a pain for me. Yes. But do I just decide, oh, well, I don't need to worry about it. I just spend on my starter. No. I still plan. I still strategize. I still prepare. I still buy the potions. I still buy the Pokeballs. I still buy the revives. You wanna know why? Because I'm not a lazy person. I don't want to have asked this. Trust me. Do you think in X and Y I beat the entire all the Elite Four in one simple shot? It wasn't even that difficult. No. When I got to the fight, no, there were points where almost all my Pokemon were all KO'd, KO'd, and I had to use revivers and full restores on them a lot. And especially when I got to the champion, I was super close to losing. See, and that was with the XP share on. But then again, regardless of the fact, it doesn't do anything. Whether it's on or off, it doesn't increase the levels of the enemy. So how come it makes it difficult? How is it a hard mode? That's the question here. If it doesn't change the levels, then it's not a hard mode. It's just it just takes it take longer for making you think it's a hard mode. Gotta use that big boy brain here, folks. Really think about it. If that's the fact, then EXP share is not even. Then there's no point for EXP share. And then let's go over another thing. So I can tell this. Although it's a rumor, and I've said it before, it's justice. You should take it just as seriously. It wouldn't shock me. I honestly am not shocked. You're most likely wondering, well, why did you bring these companies up? And I most likely already said before, but because this is probably the route we're going on. Look, Sword and Shield is going to get review bombed. That's a fact. That's the sad fact of reality. Let's Go got the same treatment. A game that generally didn't deserve the hate it got, and was trying to be somewhat innovative and new and trying to bring in a new crowd. You know, being either old and a new crowd. Now, the fans didn't like the fact that we're trying to get more people in, and they got upset. Sword and Shield, most likely decided to try and actually make the games more difficult, trying to actually push the players to their limits. The XP share for all is on. Players are upset. The fact that that we only get 400 Pokemon and none of any of our favorites are there, the Pokemon fan base gets even more upset. Twitch, if you want a perfect a perfect rendition of this, this video from Jim Sterling is, by God, the most hilarious thing I've ever seen. Because it is literally clowning on the people who are literally whining about this. I know this. Please, guys, keep a note. I genuinely don't care. I hate. No, in all honesty, I hate both sides. That's a fact at this point. We all know this. I hate both. I don't like both. I genuinely despise both because both are so annoying and both try to act like they're somehow a better, and somehow wiser. No, they aren't. They're both annoying and both retarded. And generally, if you are feeling tired from this stuff, then generally, here's my prognosis: leave. Don't go back to this either one of these sides. Leave the sides and just ignore whatever drama and buzz is going on. Whatever schnoz that comes out, come back when you're mentally prepared and mentally and fully ready. When you're ready, you then start going into this stuff again. Because trust me, I'm tired of this. I hate this. I hate this so much. With a passion. I don't like either sides of it. I don't like the people who are people there. And if you're one of my servers who are on either sides, I love you, but by gosh, do not ask me to be on either side. I do not want to. I genuinely hate both sides. I do not like them because one indecisive, one side, one of the heads said that side basically saying, "Oh wow, well yeah, yeah. If you don't like PokemonSword&Shield, you're a bad person. You're a person who shouldn't be part of the community." These stupid stuff like that, and they're basically silly a dummy who hates Gen 5. I've we have the critics who basically say Pokemon Sword and Shield is going to be the worst games ever in the series. It's god awful, trash. It's a horrible route for the series to be going in. Yeah. Look, the animations are reused. Look at the tree. Look at the tree. Look at the tree. Look at the tree. Come on, the tree is there. You have to say it's bad now because of the tree. Because of the tree. Because of the tree. And I'm giving you guys examples and points on all of this. It's so god. It's so horrible. It's so horrendous. It's so trash. Because I honestly am the smart one here. You all should listen to me blindly. That is both sides in a nutshell. One likes to act like they're somehow higher intelligence than the other. The other are actually so inept in their own stupidity and blind support or that they can't actually admit that there are some faults that need to be accepted. Both go hand in hand in the world of stupidity. They are a perfect spiral. They are literally the golden rotation. To those who know a JoJo reference, I literally just said it. They are literally like a Gurren Lagann drill spiral. They are literally like that, a spiral drill right here. This is what they are. A universal spiral drill that rather than piercing one, they both try to attack each other, acting like they're the drill itself. Creating two lines, basically trying to hit each other. They're going in a hellish spiral. That is the crux of this code of both sides. Both sides are genuinely annoying. That's the fact at this point. And really, whine about the decks because the decks cut. The games are so bad. It's proof because they're not even letting people have review copies of it. Guys, come on, it's a fact. I know there are people who are saying that. I know for a fact because of how bad humanity is. And so what? You guys said you weren't buying the game. Well, that doesn't mean you shouldn't be able to voice our opinions. You've already made it loud and clear enough that you're not buying the games. I don't see why you are trying to get more people on your side. We're not trying to get more people. Yes, you are. That's a fact at this point. You wouldn't make video after video, tweet after tweet, comment after comment, saying how Pokemon Sword and Shield is so bad. Everything wrong with Pokemon Sword and Shield. Shield. How many Pokemon Sword and Shield videos have I made? Have I made a single one bashing the game or blindly praising it? No. I just make videos talking about the leaks and rumors, was trying to figure out stuff for myself. So making Pokemon content, making Mega Man content, making whatever content I want to make, and that's it. I don't try to appeal to the people who blindly support Pokemon Sword and Shield. I don't try to appeal to those who are against it. You want to know why? Because I'd rather both sides just shut up and actually try to talk to each other in a rational sense. Literally, Savage. I'm going off a user named Savage who makes a lot of anti-Relisify content. Savage, I'm gonna go off something here. Do you think that insulting, demeaning, and basically mocking Relisify in every sense of the word helps? Do you think it helps him? Please keep in mind that you're literally a part of his Barbra Streisand effect, to where UOPU are blindly giving him attention, along with Relisify. Don't say that these games are gonna sell triple platinum. That's insane. Don't use bull math, stupid math to try and justify that. And Distant Kingdom, learn how to articulate what you are specifically saying in the tweets, and apologize when you when you mess up and use a bad example. Don't try and then mock said people because they don't understand what I'm saying, so they're all dumb. Dude, I understand now what you're saying, and guess what? I still find the stupid tweet stupid. You want to know why I find it stupid? Because under the basic and idealism of a protest, that is where they both fundamentally are in line. But guess what? That is it. That is all it is. Using the Sonic movie would have been a lot more better and a lot more precise. But you use an actual event where people are actually trying to fight for their own independence and freedom for a Pokemon game. Really? You do know that these people are getting sent to freaking prison, right? Right? They're most likely getting playing with all the we just that way they can throw their student protesters in prison. And do you know what a Chinese prison cell is like? You don't. I don't, because I don't want to know that stuff. But I think South Park generally gave a good estimate and testament on what they are. I'm not a Hong Kong protester. I don't live in Hong Kong. I live in the States. States. So, and I know you do live in the States. So, don't talk about Hong Kong. Neither one of us should be talking about Hong Kong. Are we news? Are we news YouTubers? No. I mean, on Twitter, you can talk whatever shit you want, want. I genuinely don't give a shit. But when you make a shit take like that, a very bad take that even after after you know the meaning, it's still still garbage. Want to know why it's still garbage? Because it is horrible. It is not a good tweet. It is something he should have realized. Bad tweet, my bad, deleting. I'm gonna cut that out. Erase. I don't even think you even believe the fact that they will. Remember, children are also playing these games, and they're a big factor. Along with the people who are still gonna defend and buy these games. Overall, I don't know who's in the minority, but I'm really believing it's you guys. This is nearly an hour flipping long. It's gonna be a while before it loads. Great. But seriously, I've said it before and I say it again forever in my life. Both sides are retarded and I wish both sides will shut up, but then again, once the Sword and Shield comes out, both sides will shut up. They won't talk about Pokemon Sword and Shield because after a while the buzz will die down, they'll stop talking about it. They'll go on to different subjects and different things basically meaning whatever they're fighting for is borderline pointless. Till another Pokemon game comes out. But then if it even has a hint of being connected to the mainline series, they'll just attack it regardless. Even if it's something trying to be different or new. I mean, oh Pokemon, let's go try to be innovative and new and creative. Nah, 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 nah. We like our old tradition. Puritan traditionalist bull. Ugh. I'm tired of this. Just the fact at this point. I generally don't care on either side. I'm literally making this humongous rant video under the basis that I want to vent out every single feeling in my veins. That is the point here. Because, in all honesty, neither side is being productive. Neither side is trying to be respectful. And literally, even if I said, well, you guys are just as bad as they are, you guys aren't even trying to understand them. You shouldn't even call them apologists. They're like, oh, well, we can call them apologists because they use ad hominems. So do you. I could call you guys a bad, you guys something insulting. So what? What does that show me? In all honesty, if you guys can't even show a lick of being respectful yourselves to them, then how can I believe a single thing you say? That's the thing. The art of being respectful wins the argument for you. You want to know why? Because you are not stalwart and just going off of insulting because they insult back. You're not calling them an apologist because, oh, this and this and this. You're being respectful. And guess what? When people see that, you fucking win. You fucking win. That's the fact of an argument. But then again, I wouldn't be shocked if, regardless of that fact, oh no, we're obviously the good guys here, guys. I mean, come on. We're critics. We're obviously good people. No, you aren't. You're just annoying. Just like the other side. If anything, I'm not on the good side. I'm not a good person either. I'm not even the good side. My side isn't good either. Because guess what? I'm still talking about two dumb, moronic sides who can't even try to be respectful to each other. And I don't want to hear, well, they aren't being. Look, I said it before. If you can't be respectful and not name call them, why in God's name should I think that you are a person of higher standards? Tell me. Don't say because our points are bitter. No. No. If a person's moral alignment is that because I can argue something better, that means I'm a good person. You should blind listen to me. Yeah. You know, a lot of bad people did that. You know, the bad people who said specific bad said these things and then people believe it. Oh, yep, load of both. And yes, our room still smells like bad. It does. It's okay. But do not microwave apple pies. My roommate here giving me back to good old fun feels because by gosh I hate both sides. It drives me negative. Anyway, that's the end of this video. Like gummy worms. To take off as a note, don't enter this drama, regardless of what side it is. If neither one is trying to be courteous or respectful, and if even the figureheads of either side, if the critics are still being insulting, then that gives you more than enough reason to realize they're not good people either. If anything, HTV, Ruffled Rowlet, the YouTubers are just talking about the leaks discussing it. Guess what? They are more respectable, and I can actually respect them more because they aren't doing that. They aren't mocking either side. They're the guys who are just talking what they want to talk. They're the ones you should respect, not these guys, along with Lost Paws. But he talks about memes. So anyway, that's the video. It's gonna be I just want to talk about Pokemon Sword and Shield. Rather, I want to talk about both sides of the argument again. This is Rant, signing off.